I screwed it up.
Like flash, cold grinding, winds blowing tough. Chicago nights burn the grid on rough. Animation roars with the fire inside. Passion-filled strikes breaking through the tide. Bear down, rise up, feel the thunder rolling. Bears pride from the heart, no one's controlling. Claw your way through the roar of the crowd. Bear down, sports making Chicago proud.
What the hell were you
Karl!
doing in that chair?
That's a guitar riff. Come on. Get your head in the right place. Get it in the right space. I know we haven't been on together for a while. But Karl, we're back, baby. Bears are back. Bears are making big moves today. They're not done. Everyone thinks this is the set 53-man roster. It never is. What's going on with my cords? They're all freaking all over the place. Freak, dude.
That's why you gotta get a wireless headset there, buddy.
I know. Freak. What am I in the Stone Age or something? Karl, what do you think after the initial 53?
I was so concerned with getting my little spreadsheet compiled and thrown onto Twitter that I didn't necessarily have a chance to fully digest it. So some guys that are on the roster that are a bit, I guess, I wouldn't say concerning, but I guess I'm a bit confused. Dominic Robinson is still here.
Yeah.
Daniel Hardy,
But didn't he-
maybe not.
Didn't he play decent?
concerning. Yeah.
Daniel Hardy's just special teams, right? I mean, they didn't keep him.
Yeah, he's definitely the motor. He's the energy guy, and obviously we retained our special teams coordinator, so I'm happy with that. It's just kind of, I wouldn't say confusing. It's just kind of weird. And then your secondary, man, I think Skeletor. Someone just said it. Yeah, Skeletor. What does everyone think? I'm concerned about the secondary. Well, we've got issues if we have one primary injury, in my opinion, to the cornerback room specifically.
We got issues, period, even before injuries. There's no one there.
No, I mean, front line, I know how you feel about Tyreek Stevenson. I think that we should expect him to play better in this new scheme because I think the scheme fits him better. But
No, Stevenson's fine. Jalen Johnson's fine. Kyler Gordon's fine.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm
when
saying.
Jalen Johnson's elite. Okay, sorry, I'm done. Tyreek Stevenson is good. She's better than fine. Kyler Gordon's good. So I mean, they're all. That's a great front line. You're right, but all you have is Nashawn Wright and Nick McLeod behind him. And Nick McLeod, they played at slot the entire offseason.
Literally, yeah. Nick McLeod is your slot, and there's literally if Jalen Johnson or Tyreek Stevenson go down, are you going to elevate Josh Blackwell to nickel and have Kyler play outside? Because we were hearing a lot of those whispers and rumors of Kyler being the queen on the chessboard.
He would have
that would
to.
be silly. Yeah, I mean,
it's not. You'd have to. What else are you going to do if someone gets hurt?
If Nick McLeod or specifically Nashawn Wright are asked to play football, serious, meaningful football for the Chicago Bears, you will have issues.
God, no. Yeah.
Nashawn Wright is a perfect prime example of just propaganda. Bad player.
Okay, so I just saw this before we came on, and I reposted it on Twitter. So the same time that we drafted Tyreek Stevenson, at that same time, we knew we were drafting a cornerback. And I was so pumped for two of them. And on the channel, this is actually right before the channel started. I think I was just vocal all over everybody else's pages before I started my channel. It was Tyreek Stevenson and Juju Brents. You remember those two being in the conversation? And I know where you're going with
this.
Juju Brents just got cut by the Colts. Yeah. And it's because he hasn't been healthy for the first 2 years. But now he's healthy. But they signed, I'm not kidding. I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. The Colts have 13 cornerbacks on their roster. So they cut him because but now he's finally healthy. I'm all in favor of putting a waiver on Juju Brents. Juju Brents and Tyreek Stevenson were the same cornerback in that draft. And if you get a Tyreek Stevenson level cornerback and bring him in, I'm all in favor of that, dude. I know we're thin at cornerback, but cut one of these defensive linemen. We don't usually carry 10. We'll go through each positional group. I did it earlier.
We don't normally carry 10 defensive backs, you said?
Defensive lineman, usually 9. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, 10
Usually
defensive
9.
backs. I'm not questioning the number
No,
whatsoever.
if I said defensive backs, I'm sorry, because that's exactly how many you carry.
Yeah.
10 defensive linemen. So I'm
Right,
thinking we'll cut one of them eventually.
essentially, we're going to be dime heavy this year, according to preliminary projections with Dennis Allen's scheme, right? So my question to you is going to be, what does that dime package look like? I would imagine it's Edmonds as the one lone linebacker in the middle, right? Then you're doing what? You obviously have your front 5, but who's the 6th man out of Jonathan Owens, Elijah Hicks, Nick McLeod, Nashawn Wright, and Josh Blackwell? You know my answer.
You're not talking about Kyler Gordon. You're talking about the extra one outside. Why not TJ Edwards?
I may have my term incorrect. So I'm talking about dime, 6 defensive backs.
Oh, okay. You're 6 DBs. So yeah, I probably heard you wrong. Yeah, you got to bring in. It's got to be Josh Blackwell, right?
That's my answer, but is that the correct answer? Like, I like Josh Blackwell a lot. I watched him get toasted really bad at times against the Dolphins. He's not a hero. He's not a god, a demigod.
No, but he's a solid replacement for Kyler Gordon when Gordon's out. But, where was I going with that? Those two. Say your last thing again. I totally just had a brain fart when I was thinking of 3 different things.
So dime package, 6 defensive backs.
So
I was going to call you out on your burner account. Don't pretend like you didn't just post that.
On my burner account. No, I had to. This is what distracted me. GDDD vibes. Dude, I've lost 40 pounds in the last 2 months, man. So it makes me feel good when somebody said that. So Karl knows that. I was like, Karl, I feel good, man. So
that's that Ozempic, baby. I'm just kidding.
No Ozempic. This is all natural, baby. No, I told Karl I was considering doing Ozempic when I was getting puffy during the draft. Like I was getting to my biggest ever. And anyways, that distracted. So dime package. What's he gonna do? Oh, here's my thought. I'm sorry, that distracted me. It did. I think Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen have both disguised what they're going to do in the regular season. I don't think they've given away their playbook. I think they've done that on purpose. I think they're trying players out. They're obviously wanting to see what they have in players, but they're using very base packages for themselves.
I think you got a taste of Dennis Allen in the preseason.
A little bit, especially when he was blitzing on 3rd and 4th
safeties.
Down.
Yep. Yeah. Just listen to Kevin Byard talk about that. Literally engage 8 in the first drive of a preseason game. Like, I do think that that's going to translate. It's just the players and the way that they execute and the things that you can do. I do admit I think that Kyler Gordon's role is going to be pivotal. At this point, I could see kind of like, I don't know, I'm not a football guy, Adam, but Kyler Gordon kind of patrolling the middle of the field in front of those 2 safeties, dead square between them. I don't know if that makes sense, but you're going to see some fun stuff, man. A lot more fun than Eberflus anyway.
Yeah, I think we're in for a treat. I think the defense overall, I encompass this for the preseason. I think the defense showed up a lot more than people thought it would. I think we relied on this is going to be an offensive heavy team. We drafted Colston Loveland at 10 instead of a defensive player, drafted Luther Burden at 39 instead of a defensive player. And then we traded back and got another offensive lineman. We went offensive heavy. And then we saw the defense step up big time in the preseason and showed that this is going to be, a multi-faceted front. I'm still worried about some of our positional groups, though.
Yeah, I don't want to transition to the defensive line yet because there's a good question in the comments regarding the linebacker situation. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I think that the defense can carry the Bears whatsoever. I think that their secondary will be good. It will be fun. It all depends on what they do up front, in my opinion. And I watched the Chiefs average roughly like 8 yards per carry over the left guard that is replacing Joe Thuney against the Bears effectively ones without Grady Jarrett. Is Grady Jarrett going to literally stop that himself? I sure freaking hope so, but I'm skeptical.
I don't know how much of Pohl's press conference you caught or all the press conferences
today. Not much.
They alluded that Karan Amagaji is going to kick into guard a little bit more, that they've been using him in practice that way. So Karan is better going to be...
because he immediately lost to Theo Benedict, and they drafted a right tackle at 56, right? There's no room at tackle for Karan. I projected him potentially to get cut. If he would have gotten cut today, it would not have been any more surprised than I am today on anything. But... we're going to talk about this Ozzy situation as well because I'm getting raked over the coals. And after the initial 48-hour char fest on Twitter, everyone comes back and says, you know what? You're spot on. So
here's your depth chart. I had Jordan McFadden because I fell in love with him in camp. I do it every year. I fall in love with guys, and offensive linemen take 2 to 3 years to develop. And McFadden was drafted in the 2022 draft, so he's in his 4th year. No, it's 23. So this is his 3rd year with the Chargers, and played decent with them. But he really stepped up this preseason. Never played against the ones, so that's hard to gauge when you don't get to see someone against the ones. But against 2s and 3s, he was one of the highest graded in all of the NFL. Yeah. So I was liking him. There were rumors right before the cut down that the Bears were looking to shop him, try to get a 6th or 7th pick swap or something, and we weren't able to get it done, obviously. So we ended up cutting him. But then I said, we got 5 tackles. You know, why are we carrying 5 tackles? Ryan Bates, Luke Newman isn't the backup center right now. Ryan Bates is, but I put him there because at the beginning of camp, they talked about how they wanted him to develop as a center. He's not there yet. Ryan Bates would be. Luke Newman's backup guard. So they're both, you know, but either carry 9 or cut one of these tackles or move someone in. And now it was confirmed today. Ryan Poles said Karan Amagaji has been playing some inside guard at practice, and they'll continue to work and develop him there. So,
yeah, I don't know if you want me to share my screen with the depth chart that I've compiled, but
pop it up.
Simply,
let's do it.
I don't view the Chicago Bears in 2025 having a swing tackle. I know that is a very popular term. This is specifically for the offense right now.
See this? Velus Jones made the team for the Saints. Well, it is the Saints, but I also
that is just another drop in the bucket towards Arch Manning. And I know Arch Manning is not going to come out after this year, but that's just what their thought process is regarding that. So
all right, so this is Karl's screen, so you're in charge here, Karl.
So I've got Braxton Jones being backed up by Theo Benedict, and I've got Darnell Wright being backed up by Ozzie Trapillo. I don't think Karan is going to be your backup right guard or anything like that, because I genuinely think that Luke Newman is going to be the first guard in, and Ryan Bates is going to be the first center in case of any emergency on the interior. I think that Karan's chances of starting a football game for the Chicago Bears in 2025 are next to 0. I think that he's essentially being redshirted again, but he can't sit on the practice squad because his measurables are too desirable.
Well, I disagree because of what was said today. I think he will be your backup left guard, and Luke Newman will be your backup right guard.
If Joe Tooney and Jonah Jackson get injured on the same play at the exact same time, then yeah, Karan might come in. But if only one of those 2 guys goes down, Luke Newman's coming in, man.
Luke Newman could transition to right guard. He's played or left guard. He's played specifically right guard in the preseason, but I think
he played left guard with the ones against the Chiefs, and he was damn good. I literally have a tweet. He saved Braxton's career.
Yeah, he was the first one in there for sure.
He was excellent. The little bro.
Yeah, you think Karan?
Little bro state.
You think Karan's on the chopping block? You think he's getting cut? Then that's a big question fans have right now. They want to know if we sign someone.
He's on the 53-man roster.
We're going to make some roster changes the next couple of days. That's going to happen. We're going to bring some people in. We're going to sign some free agents. We're going to have some waiver claims. Like, we're going to bring in another cornerback, another running back.
Roshan Johnson and Kyle Monangai are not, like, if there's a football game being played at 7 o'clock today in 90 minutes, those cats would both not be suited up. They're going to go on IR probably tomorrow.
No, the IR needs to be set by now. They already said that they should be ready by week 1. But the other thing, I think I need to update you because I think you were up to work till right now. The other thing that Poles said was our running back room will look drastically different tomorrow. Or not drastically. Yeah. What was the word he used? Different. It'll look different tomorrow. So they're planning on a waiver for someone. I think it's Audric Estime or Damian Martinez, but I think Estime. He loves his Notre Dame guys, dude.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, is Audric Estime from the Broncos?
Yeah.
And Declan Doyle came from that system?
Declan Doyle, yep.
So there's the writing's on the wall there. I can definitely see that, especially with a guy like, I'm not going to come up here and say that I think Britton Brown looked like a Hall of Famer. I think that Britton Brown, for the role that you could have asked him to be, the short yardage guy who's kind of like your third, fourth running back, he'd be fine. But you just cut him, right? He's just straight up cut.
Audric Estime actually did really well for the Broncos last year, too. I think in his limited snaps, he averaged like 4+ yards per carry last year.
He got waived, Adam. Britton Brown got waived.
Who got?
So they didn't get released. when they use the term waived, that just essentially signifies that they're eligible for the practice squad. So Ian Wheeler or Britton Brown are going to end up on the Bears practice squad. I think that's a foregone conclusion.
Waived is just a term that they have to go through to get through waivers. Like they haven't had their service time, so nobody can get signed to the practice squad till tomorrow. If people don't realize that, until waivers clear.
Mm-hmm. Like those Jags that we signed, Trey Flowers, Passanio, like those guys got released. They didn't get waived.
Right, they have enough service time. They don't have.
Yep, they're not eligible for the practice squad.
Right.
Yeah, the Dan Skipper stuff too is just a total meme.
Is someone baiting me right now? Is this bait?
Yeah,
is that
Ryan
bait?
Bates.
You guys really want me to go down this path on this episode?
Well, let me start by getting the bloop single here. I mean, we spent the 56th overall pick on Ozzie Trapillo, and we could have just signed him in free agency.
No, Dan Skipper is not even close to Ozzie Trapillo. Not even close.
Right, he's better than Ozzie.
No, he's not.
No, big bait.
I can't handle this talk with you. Okay, you're going to be a masturbator right now. Like you're going to be.
I didn't say.
You're going to be taking on some heavy load here.
Whoa!
Double entendre. Seriously, Karl. Okay. Did you see on Twitter that Dan Skipper's wife? Did I send you that? That his wife
Okay. Last night, 4-Star Chicago Sports had Zach Pearson on their podcast, so congrats to them. It was an enjoyable listen. And during that, they brought this up, and I said, Adam Mason rage baited Dan Skipper's wife. And they put that on the screen in front of Zach. It was so awesome.
I was very appropriate to her, by the way. I should probably pull it up because now I don't want to sound like a douche. Share screen. We'll go to Twitter. I don't even have this prepared. It's not even up, but we'll go find it. Let's just go to my profile, and go Dan Skipper search.
You got your DMs up, by the way.
I'll lower my DMs. Thank you, buddy. So obviously I'm not a fan of Dan Skipper. I pulled up his this is what you're glazing, Karl. 300 snaps one season, 300 another, 103, 45, and all absolute garbage trash.
Let's just
that's what you're glazing.
Here. No one would know who
saw
Dan
him
Skipper
catch
was. Yeah.
If he didn't catch a football. He caught a pass, and so you guys all, not you. There's so many people that freaking. Is this the one right here? Right here. This is his wife, Mackenzie Skipper.
Oh, Levante.
Faith, family, Jesus Christ, and talking shit about people. Cute. And I said, look, I was.
Is that your bio? I didn't even realize that.
So I'll go to my bio.
Oh man,
Faith,
yeah,
family,
she couldn't handle it.
She couldn't handle it. Business investments, content creator, Chicago Bears, Chicago Cubs, Vegas.
She could not handle it.
Golden Knights, Utah Jazz. So she got upset with me. So I was trying to be nice to her, and I just said, look, I'm speaking as a fan. I have nothing personal against Dan Skipper. I hope he lands somewhere where he's needed and appreciated and gets an opportunity to continue to play the game he loves and provide for his family. Cut down day sucks for a lot of people. Sorry for your family. So I was trying to be nice. But I was just this isn't personal. I'm not attacking you, Mackenzie Skipper. Sorry if that's kind of small on your screen, but we read it anyways. But anyways, I don't know.
Can you?
I guess What, you want me to bring something back up?
Levante's comment regarding Cam Robinson.
Where are we at?
So let's talk about this. There was a player available in the 2025 NFL Draft, readily available at pick 41, who could have replaced a middle-of-the-road left tackle. That did happen for a playoff team, not for the Bears. The Bears passed on Ariante Ursary for scraps, career depth, and instead they're going to let Braxton Jones win the job. Whereas if this was... It's such an ironically close situation with the Texans, because you got a middle-of-the-road, the 17th best tackle in the NFL on the left side, Cam Robinson. They were able to draft a rookie to replace him, but we decided to trade down for career depth in Aussie, and he failed, even though he had the inside track.
I think you're seriously master rage baiting me again, because you know how bad I wanted Ariante Ursary, and nobody agreed with that take at the draft too. You'd either agree with it, or other people were like, he's going to be gone by the first round. I'm like, yes, he'll be gone by the... And then he went, what did he go at, 40 or 48 or something? 48, I think.
Yeah. So the difference between 48 and 56 is 8 picks. And you're saying the difference between those 8 picks, one can start as a rookie and replace a middle-of-the-road veteran for a playoff team, but Ozzie Trapillo cannot? Bad.
Amen, brother. These are kind of fun when people pop these up. Adam, if you had a chance to try out for the Bears, well, first of all, I'm in my 40s, so that ain't happening. What position would you play, Karl? You know which position I'd play? Hey, Ursery is going to start, by the way. He's a starter for them at left tackle.
Yeah, that's my whole point, Adam, is that he is starting and Ozzy is not.
I would be defensive end. I'm 6'2", 200 and now I'm 200 freaking 18 pounds, man. But yeah, that's what I play. I was never.
You can go to battle with Braxton Jones for me, and I'll come off the side on a nickel blitz for you. There you go.
I was never good enough to play in college, though. But anyways, all right, let's go through here and show the weakness here. This is the areas where we're. This is the only. Okay, let's start. This is the only area we're not weak, right? I mean, other than quarterback, like quarterback and wide receiver. This is the only area we're not weak in now.
Just from a philosophy standpoint, if you're able to add a UDFA to your initial 53, that means that position's probably really strong. So it's cool because I do think that Jade A Walker is probably the most capable replacement we have to Rome Odunze, just as far as like a style. Because all these other guys like DJ Moore, Zacchaeus, and Luther Burden are kind of those all smaller guys. Duvernay,
Burden's not small. DJ Moore's not. They're 6 foot. They're not giant X's, if that's what you're saying. They're not giant X receivers. They're not your 6'3" guys. Okay.
But like Rome Odunze, the closest thing we have is probably Colston Loveland. Just tall, go up and get it guys. They're not lumbering. I wasn't really impressed with Rome's after the catch against the Chiefs there. But the one guy I'm critical of in this room is Duvernay. I feel like he didn't really do much of anything against the Dolphins. Statistically, I was pigeonholed into looking into his statistics. He's been on a steady decline, walked away scot-free from a Super Bowl contending Ravens roster. I don't think Duvernay is very special whatsoever, but he's going to have to really do something serious this year to prove his worth to me.
You know his worth is only on special teams, though. Like they're not even going to use him.
Yeah. So if he does not get a pair of return touchdowns, whether that's 2 kicks, 2 punts, or whatever the heck else you want to conjure up,
not even one in today's NFL, like not even one. Just he's got to get 2.
Well, yeah. Don't you think? I guess statistically, I don't know if it's harder or easier, but in my opinion, I think that the new rules lend itself to a better returner being able to do better.
It's not proven, though. We haven't had nearly as many returns last year. There were a couple returns last year.
I'll have to look that up. I'm not aware of that, but I feel like a guy like Devin Hester could score even more touchdowns than he did from the kickoff return under these rules than what he eventually forced the NFL to change into.
Yeah, we'll see how here's my question here. You've got this stacked room, and then you have right there on the right side, you have 3 active roster running backs right now. Does that guy at the top left, you see him practice today? He was taking some handoffs, and yesterday he was taking some handoffs. Is DJ Moore going to get more touches at running back? Or are we going to pick up Audric Estime? Or are we going to pick up
Amon-Ra St. Brown got a lot of little shovel handoff weirdo things, so they'll supplement that room with that.
But DJ Moore is actually lining up in the backfield, taking handoffs as a running back. Like it's not these gadget plays where he's taking jet sweeps or stuff. It's actual lining up as a running back.
The Lions did that with a terrible player. What is his name?
With a terrible player. That's funny. I actually like this. Rather have Burden be a kick returner.
Khalif Raymond.
Oh yeah.
The way that they utilize Khalif Raymond, if they make DJ Moore do that, I will be so upset.
You want to get the ball in his hands, though, dude. Like DJ Moore is a yak monster. Him and Luther Burden are yak monsters. So do you not want to get the ball in his hand and see what he can do?
I want DJ Moore to be featured as the star receiver for half the year and trick the Bills into giving us their first-round pick for him. That's what I want.
But that's not what he is. He's not going to be the star. On this team, DJ Moore is going to be wide receiver. He's technically wide receiver 1 right now. He's going to be wide receiver 3. Rome Odunze will be wide receiver 1. I think Rome Odunze is going to be like top 10 in the league, 1,300 plus yards. That's just my opinion with his contested catchability, his size.
Yeah, that's my philosophy, and I'm not going to steal this. This comes from is it Steve Zimmerman, Zim from the Barroom Network? bare their souls. My favorite take I've heard from him was that Rome Odunze will be wide receiver 1, and DJ Moore will be playmaker number 1. I think that's literally smart.
I don't even agree with that. I think if you want to know playmaker number 1, I think start of the year, I think it's honestly going to be Olamide Zaccheaus. What we saw in the preseason,
he's going to be the guy who gets the best. He's going to get the best matchups. He's going to get the favorable matchups from the slot, or if you can wiggle his way outside, I don't know. But the case in point is there's a lot more talent outside of him that needs to be addressed. And when you work your way down, right, like in our scenario, when you have to force Josh Blackwell onto the field, if Josh Blackwell is one-on-one with Zaccheaus, you can forget about it.
How long until Luther Burden takes over for Zaccheaus, do you think?
It all goes hand in hand, right? Like if DJ Moore does find a way to get shipped out, which I'm very skeptical of, by the way, Luther Burden could get elevated right to that wide receiver 2 role, and Zaccheaus could stay in the slot. But for Luther Burden to truly take over, I think something serious would have to happen, whether that's injury or the opposite, where Luther Burden just forces your hand.
Rob, I like this. That's pretty funny.
Hold on a second.
You've made Karl go. Karl is ghosting now. Karl's gone. Karl's out of here. He's ghost energy himself.
Yeah, Rob, I don't know if you're seeing stuff, buddy. I just don't know what you're talking about. So,
all right, here's the last question I have for wide receivers. Then we'll move back to running back. Jade A Walker made this team. He deserved to make this team. His celebration is legendary, and that throw from Bagent was amazing. It'll go down as our preseason play of the year this year. How much will he actually even see the field, dude? Like, how much will Jade A Walker actually?
I don't think he will be the Dominique Robinson of 2024, and Dominique Robinson might share this with him, but he will be the game day inactive for quite a lot of these games. Assuming he stays on the roster, because there have been guys in the past that have made the initial 53 and then they get bounced. But
would you not rather see him make the roster than what you're saying before, Devin Duvernay, the ghost of Devin Duvernay? Like, would you not rather see Devin Duvernay?
If we're talking numbers game, like someone just said it, like Walker, Zaccheaus, Burden, specifically Luther Burden is a much better returner than Devin Duvernay. And I know we're all scarred from Tariq Cohen. I get it. But Luther Burden is too good to allow himself to just get destroyed on a kickoff or a punt, man. He would be amazing on that. So I don't know why we have to give another roster spot to Trent Taylor yet again. It's just very frustrating. Circling back to Jade A Walker. I mean, he vibes so well with this coaching staff. I think that he's also an Antoine Randall L guy. Like, just that emotional connection, that energy, it just matches. It's so perfect. And I think it's a good way for a new coaching staff to say, hey, look, if you play well and you earn it and you bust your tail, you're going to be on this roster regardless of where you get drafted on. And I think that's the most important part of all of this. I think it sends an incredible message, whether he is the best player for the roster or not. I mean, I just talked to Dan about this privately. In special teams value alone, right now, if the game is being played later today in an hour at 7 p.m. Central, I think I'd rather have Tyler Scott tracking guys down and making tackles on special teams than Jade A Walker. But Jade A Walker's on special teams alone, man. Yeah.
What? That's what I was trying to look for. When I was looking through Twitter just barely, our highest graded player on special teams this preseason was Jade A Walker.
Right. And it's hard to analyze that for me, but I will say that just I noticed it just from watching the games last year. Tyler Scott was popping up more and more and more.
All right, I got to pull this up just to show. Like, there was on Twitter.
Pull up the Jade A Walker highlights that I uploaded. He almost blocked a damn punt.
You're saying things backwards. I think you're trying to say Jade A Walker is more valuable than. Are you saying you're saying Tyler Scott you'd rather have than Jade A Walker?
He's more proven. I definitely wouldn't rather have him, but I'm saying I could see that viewpoint, that argument. But as a wide receiver alone, Tyler Scott has already hit the tippity top, and he's really far down. He has a low ceiling. But Jade A Walker has an incredibly high ceiling if it can be coached out of him properly. Because we've seen
on both fronts. Like, on both fronts. It's not just on special teams, too.
Right,
he was significantly better
I
on special
see
teams.
so many Texas A&M fans in the comment section on his Twitter, whatever it is. They say, you were the heart and soul of our team. he was probably their best offensive player. I don't know anything about Texas A&M outside of the fact that they at one point had like 5-star recruits on their defensive line, and they still couldn't get any sacks.
I'm trying to find the freaking, like, just barely. I didn't even, man, did I like it? I don't know if I liked it.
Richard is just not listening. He's hearing my words, but not listening to my
I think you're saying
thought.
things backwards than what you meant to say. Like, I think you confused yourself there, buddy.
No.
Oh, I can't find it. There's so that last play of preseason, Jade A Walker made the tackle, and at the same time, Tyler Scott is getting freaking pancaked on the other side of the field like a little baby, like a little toddler. Like
yeah, he got his head bounced like a dribbled like a basketball. That's correct.
I don't know how you're saying Tyler Scott is better at special. I mean, he was our highest graded player this preseason in special teams. Jade A Walker was. Like,
I'm saying it's more consistent. I'm not saying he's overall better. I see the PFF grade. I hear what you're trying to say. If you could analyze to me exactly as to why he had such a high grade, I don't think he made an abundance of tackles, did he?
Because he breaks through people and closes in on the ball. Like Tyler Scott gets pushed around like a little fluffy bunny, and freaking Jade A Walker is a beast. Like he plays bigger than his, what is he, 180 pounds, 190 pounds, but he's 6'3".
Yeah,
like he plays big.
That is truth. Like that was the one thing I'll always remember that was the glowing comment that Ryan Poles had regarding Tyler Scott, was that Tyler Scott had the unique ability to speed up while the ball was in the air as far as like a deep shot, right? That never came to fruition. Yeah. But regardless of the speed, the cat's just weak, man. And he's a nice soul. I've heard him talk to Adam Rank. He's an awesome human.
On his podcast,
I want him to have success in life. But for the Chicago Bears, that was not a good draft pick.
I'm not trying to be mean to Tyler, but he seems soft. Like he's not NFL tough. Like I think we're saying the same thing.
I think last year it almost felt like he couldn't get onto the field because he didn't understand the route concepts or the responsibilities.
He didn't separate.
Standpoint. But did he know what to do when he was on the field? I even questioned that. So I just don't know.
And I kind of attributed that to coaching and going through Getsy and all that crap last year.
Exactly.
The first year as a rookie, but he didn't do it this year either in practice. Like he never separated, and that was his like magical gift of why we him is because of separation rates. Never separated. He couldn't get open. And for someone who's small, who's not physical, who doesn't have the contested catch ability or to fight through things. Like Jade A Walker has really late hands. Even that touchdown at the end, you could see the game-winning touchdown. Like he pops those things up at the last second, and he is perfectly placed by Bajent. But on the one on the sideline too, that the catch and then the feet placement is just. I mean, Jade A Walker is a football player. Like he is a freaking. Like he should have been drafted. Somebody should have drafted him. Somebody should have made him their Puka Nacua, 5th round or 6th round or whatever that was. That Puka was drafted in. But if we didn't have a stacked room, if we didn't have Olamide Zaccheaus, if we didn't have Luther Burden, and we stole Jade A Walker, he would be getting some reps. And that's why I say, how many reps will he actually see? I don't know, but I think he's going to take advantage every time he's in there. Like, I think Jade A Walker is built to be a wide receiver 3 in the NFL, maybe even higher. Like, but maybe I'm too hyped up from this preseason. But like, I legit think with his size and his late hands and his body contortion, his route running, there's nothing I saw in him that didn't say, this kid could have been drafted way, way higher. And people just didn't realize how good he was.
You got some like speed up lag. I hope that's not an issue.
Somebody's
on my
hating on Caleb Williams here.
Is it?
Can
you get it to where it's just our video? I want to see something. It feels like you're desyncing or something, and I don't know if that's my issue.
What do you mean? Remove this?
Chat, is his camera off sync? Go like this. Go 1, 2, 3. But your mouth's shut. I can't even hear you.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No,
5.
you're good. Okay, we're good. We'll do it live. We're good. We're good.
See, we're never doing a live again, Karl. We're screwed.
No, it's
we're
perfect.
Screwed.
This is perfect.
This
is perfect.
All right.
Hi from Brazil. Are you serious? Are you a Cairo Santos fan, by the way? Because I am.
Everyone is.
Not Walt.
All right. Let's get to this. We don't talk about Bruno. All right, so running back room, I'm going to say we're going to pick someone up. I'm going to say we're going to put a waiver in. Audric Estime is my bet. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, the Estime connection with your former tight ends coach from the Denver Broncos makes too much sense.
And Notre Dame.
No, not there. I'm saying Audric Estime was on the Broncos, presumably
with
under the tight ends coach Declan Doyle. Oh, Durham Smythe,
yes.
Sure. Wait, no, Durham Smythe is from Miami.
I meant to say Declan Doyle. But yes, that connection, but also Ryan Poles loves his Notre Dame guys for some reason. So there's a double connection.
Yeah, that's very true.
Audric Estime just makes too much sense. There's the offensive line. All right.
Name.
Who hit us with your Ozzy Trapillo stuff? Let's get into Ozzy Trapillo.
So I'm not really going to beat a dead horse on this anymore. I think it's well documented that Ozzy Trapillo was given the inside track to earn the left tackle job from rookie minicamp, OTAs, got the first team reps in training camp, and then as soon as the Super Bowl contending Buffalo Bills came to town, dead. Dan Rouchard via CHGO going, nope, not good enough, not comfortable, a lot more comfortable at right tackle. After that point, he didn't get left tackle reps against the Bills in joint practice, in preseason, and from there on out, just right tackle. So
it is
Ozzy Trapillo regressing is very alarming to me, but I'd like to take it a step further and say, if Ozzy doesn't win the starting left tackle job outright by the end of this season, what are you going to do?
So Damian Martinez was drafted in the 7th round. He went later than anybody thought. I'm not worried about Ozzy Trapillo. You know who took a couple of years to adapt in the league? Joe Thuney, Hall of Famer Joe Thuney. His first 2 years were a little bit rough, and then after that, he's been Hall of Famer from year 3 on. Every offensive lineman takes a couple of years to adapt to the league. I'm more worried about Darnell Wright showing up to camp looking like he's comfortable and he doesn't have to work his ass off to keep his job and looking. I'm worried about I don't think Darnell Wright will be the 4th highest rated right tackle this year.
I'm going to show the meme that I made because everyone bullied me into making a meme where it's the sped up video of SpongeBob moving Bikini Bottom, moving the goalposts. Now we're talking about Ozzy Trapillo putting pressure on your 10th overall right tackle.
No,
that you
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm more worried for. I'm saying our right tackle needs to come to camp serious about improving every year. He doesn't look like the 4th best one. Ozzy Trapillo will take a couple years, and that's fine. I'm more impressed with Luke Newman.
What do you mean, couple years?
Stop. He might not start until his 3rd year, dude. It sucks for a second rounder.
Here's the problem.
But I don't think he's going to be cut.
So what is the game plan if the Bears have a losing record and Ozzy has not earned himself the left tackle job by the end of the year? You're going into the 2026 NFL draft and you don't have a left tackle?
We'll draft one. That'll happen next year. You're going to draft one first round if Ozzy doesn't come full force.
So now you've spent the 56th overall pick to back up the 10th overall pick. That's terrible.
You're acting like the Colts didn't just cut their 2nd overall pick from 2 years to 2023. Juju Brents
cares
just got
what the
cut
Colts
by the
did?
Colts.
They picked a quarterback 4th overall who doesn't belong to even be on a practice squad.
You're acting like people don't miss all the time on start. You don't always have starters in the 2nd round.
Well, I've identified that it's a miss already, and I'm being roasted.
No, it's not a miss. That's what you're wrong on. It's not a miss. Linemen take time to develop. First rounders should always be starters year 1. They should always be starters year 1. Ozzy Trapillo, as our 4th overall pick, or was he 3rd? Which was Shamar Turner or him first? I don't remember.
It was Ozzy.
Either way, Ozzy was 4th or 3rd. Did we go Turner, Ozzy,
the
or
3rd
Ozzy
overall player? So you went 3 offensive players first in a row, by the way.
And then we went Shamar after Ozzy. Okay.
I've got a nice little graphic that I can show you. I've got a little graphic I can show you real quick.
Don't crash out, but Karl, it's not abnormal for an offensive lineman to not start in his first year if he's picked in the 2nd round. Like, you want those things to come to fruition. I'm more impressed with the fact that Luke Newman, a 6th rounder, is playing capable of being a starter like right now. Like
I'm not subscribed to that. I'm not subscribing to Luke Newman out of Littleboro State University replacing Ozzie, right?
Michigan
Ozzie
State.
was our 6th round pick. Luke Newman was our 56th overall pick. I'm not subscribing to that.
I'm saying I'm more impressed that Luke Newman, our 6th rounder, isn't looking like Doug Kramer, who was also a 6th or 7th rounder. I'm not worried about Ozzie not starting this year. I've said that all offseason. I'd rather have him sit and develop properly than start and not be appropriate for it. Braxton Jones was always meant to be the starter this year. I was one of the only people that said that. He was not meant to be the backup to Ozzie Trapillo. That was not.
Ozzie hasn't even earned that backup position. He lost to the Canadian Football League.
It doesn't matter. Ozzie was. We didn't have a right tackle. We did not have a backup right tackle. We didn't have one. So what were you going to do?
It's Jason UK Bears. Well, swing tackle, right? Karan's a 3rd round pick with elite measurables. He should be the swing tackle. Oh man, throw this graphic up. Let's get documented here. This is your official results of the Bears and Bills trade. So the Bears traded away pick 41 in this year's draft for picks 56, 62, and 109. And then the Bills traded 109. Oh, I'm sorry. You also get the 72nd pick as well. And the 240th pick. Sorry. The first 3 lines correlate, and then you flip 109 back into 32 and 169, which 169 is out for the entire year, which is terrible. And that news was broke that the issue was stemming from before the draft.
There too. What happened there, I wonder? They're speculating. There's no official. They're speculating. It was something that happened that they didn't know about, but the Bears are working to help him through it. Makes it sound like almost like cancer, dude. And I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it makes it sound like there's something that like an internal like chronic issue.
There's no way. There's no way that it's physical because I do. Actually, did Zay Frazier go to the NFL Combine?
I don't remember.
Because the NFL Combine is so granular because of how big of an investment it is for these NFL franchises that the guy from Penn State, the edge rusher, he was discovered to have that hairline fracture, right? He didn't even freaking know about that. So if Zay Frazier had cancer at the NFL Combine, no. That would have been.
I'm just saying something like that, like something chronic. But these,
it's mental. I hate to speculate on it. I think it.
Well,
to me,
that was the rumor.
I just talked about this. It reminds me of Nate Davis. It reminds me of a mother passing away and losing her love for the sport. That's what this reminds me of. But
well, there was rumors that he was thinking about retirement, like coming out of the draft, like retirement. Who? Zay Frazier. There were rumors.
There's no way I have not heard that.
Yeah, that's go look it up. Like there's rumors of that all over, like by credible places. So. You're turning down. I mean, as a 6th or as a 5th rounder, like you're turning down like a $3.5 million jackpot to retire. Like it's none of that. That's not guaranteed. 6th round, you're probably guaranteed over $1 million though of that $3.5 million 4-year contract. Like you're probably guaranteed $1 million of that. So you're turning down $1 million to retire. So there's something mental or something happening, and it makes you wonder.
I'm nearly certain it's not a physical issue, but again, I'm not even interested in speculating anymore at this point. Only reason I brought this up again, the opportunity cost, right? TJ Sanders would have been probably a repeat of Zach Pickens, right? Defensive tackle from South Carolina. I have no idea who TJ Sanders is, but we talked about Landon Jackson ad nauseum. You could have had
TJ Sanders
you could have had Ariante Ursary and Landon Jackson. You could have.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We don't. I know. I'm hurting with you there too, brother. Ariante Ursary is going to start for is it the Texans? Is that where he got drafted? I think it's the Texans.
Yeah, a team with very much playoff expectations. Texans fans will probably tell you it's Super Bowl aspirations. And you got a rookie starting at left tackle replacing a middle-of-the-road left tackle.
Braxton Jones.
God, I've seen what you've done for others, and I want it for myself.
Okay, so on that note, there's a lot of trash talk on Ryan Poles going around Twitter and everywhere. How do you feel about Ryan Poles now after we see the
Ryan
aftermath
Poles
of
lost
that?
His job this year, so I'm not going to.
No, he got an extension.
Either.
He got an extension, man.
Ben Johnson came in and said, "Look at me, I'm the captain now." Ben Johnson. I mean, how do you go from the offensive line we had in 2024? You get one rookie head coach, and now this is our offensive line.
I don't think Ben Johnson.
I
don't think Ben Johnson made the trade down from 41, and what you just showed from 41 to 58, and giving up 41 and 72 and getting 3. I don't think Ben Johnson made that trade. That was Ryan Poles made that trade. And
well, if all of that is laced with the Bills giving us a first-round pick for DJ Moore before the trade deadline here, I'm happy with all of it. But
it's not happening.
Now we're spiraling, Adam. We are spiraling.
You are out of control tonight, Karl. We're gonna. You see that little number that says 115 people watching right now? That's gonna start clicking down. Click. We'll be down to 2 in 3 minutes here.
Nah, we're just pontificating at this point, Chad.
I agree with this, though. It was too early. I mean, I realized they wanted to line up the contracts with Poles and Ben Johnson and make them together, but that was poor timing on that part. And I'm not the GM, but
so.
Kenneth Grant and Luther Burden's fine. Like, that would have been a fine pick there, but then Ariante Airstreet at 41 would have been much more.
They had the right state of mind, Adam. I have documented proof across different mediums that the Bears were targeting Travion Henderson. And I know you hate me saying that. They are happy. Your internal connections suggested the Bears are very much happy with their running back room. And I'm led to believe that you're correct because, man, DeAndre Swift looks electric under this new offensive line. Eric Bieniemy.
You know how much I got roasted on Twitter for that, for even saying that I had that's the only time I've ever claimed that I had a source, and it's the only time I've ever even, like, that's the only time I've ever said anything. And I got roasted on that so hard, dude. It is what it is. The Bears loved DeAndre Swift, and they were comfortable with him being RB1, and they weren't going after Travion Henderson. I know a lot of, like, the thing is, when a Courtney Cronin or someone says it, like, because it makes sense, then everybody takes that as that's exactly what the truth was.
Well, I didn't hear it. I mean, I watched a video of the Patriots. The Bears tried to trade up with the Patriots and flip to 38
to get Luther Burden. They didn't want.
I am very much in disagreement
Karl,
with you on that because Eddie George told us that the Ohio State backs were on our board.
I'm telling you, this is not an opinion thing. This is something where they were trying to trade up one spot to get their guy and give up a 7th. That's what was happening. They wanted Luther Burden. Now it's just like when the freaking Eagles traded up one spot with us in 2024 to get, or 2023 to get Jalen Carter. They wanted to move up one spot to get their guy and secure it. We were doing the same thing because we wanted Luther Burden. Sorry, no. It's the facts. It's what it is.
I think when you understand that Vrabel really preached your hard-nosed, tough football player, you watch Travion Henderson's pass pro footage, and you have Eddie George literally tell you that both Ohio State backs were on the Bears board. Is Eddie George a liar? I don't think so. Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but they really
Quinshon Judkins is off the board.
They wanted Luther Burden.
I think the Bears identified that the Patriots wanted Travion Henderson, and they said, to hell with that, we need Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0. And we got stonewalled. Maybe we didn't try hard enough to get Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0, and that's fine.
If they really wanted him that bad, wouldn't they have given up more than the 7th? Think about that logically, Karl. Like, if you trade up one spot, you're only willing to give up the 7th. Not to say they would have been happy with Luther. That was there anyways.
No, I'm just saying, like, the reason they tried to trade up was certainly for Travion Henderson, but they probably had equal grades on him. So I don't know.
Nope.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I know that one. Sorry. That one's a fact. We're gonna disagree and move to the defensive line. Here's your question: if one of these guys needs to get cut for us to bring in a running back or a cornerback, which one's going?
It's clearly Dominique Robinson, or at least I'd hope it is.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Hardy offers a lot. Well, I don't know about more, but I do think that Richard Hightower would prefer Daniel Hardy over Dominique Robinson from a purely special teams standpoint. And Dominique Robinson, another one of those guys, game day inactive all the way through up until, Arizona? So just quite literally the exact definition of a Jag, just another guy.
Yeah, but then what are we doing? Bringing in a defense? You can't run the season with 3 defensive ends, dude. It's just not going to happen.
3?
If you get rid of Dominique Robinson, Daniel Hardy's not going to play defensive end. He's going to play special teams.
Pause. Austin Booker is your swing defensive end as long as he's healthy, which that remains to be seen. And Shamar Turner's not playing outside. My point was that they would like to bring Deo inside. So I don't know who they'd flex outside in that situation. So maybe I see the point you're trying to make here.
Dominique Robinson's not going to be cut because we don't have any we don't have any guys that fit Dennis Allen's defensive end of a 6'4", 270-pound guy. Other than, I mean, Austin Booker's not that big either. But those 4 are your only defensive ends, and you have to run with minimum 4 defensive ends through the season. Daniel Hardy is not his typical defensive end. Can he fill in a pinch? Sure, but he's on the team for special teams, and that's it. That's why Daniel Hardy is here, special teams.
Yeah, that's correct.
What's his ceiling? Booker's ceiling is literally Max Crosby. That was set in the draft, and he's showing it this preseason. Is he going to hit that this year? I highly doubt it. But if he keeps developing like he is now, like Booker has unlimited potential with his flex, his bend, his speed, his motor, his drive. Like Booker is a special player. It's just whether or not he can get there. Yeah, Herbert got cut too. I don't think this regime cares to bring Herbert back, though. That was an old.
So I can bring this up if you really want to see it, but I compiled the roster compositions on the cutdown days. Okay, let's take a look.
Bring it.
Let's take a look here.
This is what's going to happen. Braxton will start. Yes. All right. There you go. There's your. Let me move this one. Add that one.
These are the roster compositions on cutdown day for the last 3 years with.
Oh, never mind.
Our Chicago Bears.
This doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm just saying, from a numbers game point of view, Dennis Allen never had less than 5 defensive ends, which we currently have.
Right,
there
but Daniel Hardy
in 2023
really...
that the Lions had 7.
Yeah, but that's not Ben Johnson, really.
Go ahead and say that Daniel Hardy's a Sam linebacker, whatever BS you want to conjure up on.
No, he's really just not. He's really a special team. That's all he is. He's a special teamer. He is not going to.
And when you have 7 defensive ends in 2023 on the Lions, they're not all Aiden Hutchinson's.
Yeah, but you can't even look at the Lions because the Lions that's not Ben Johnson's area. That's you're comparing apples and oranges. If you look at New Orleans,
it's
that,
a viable stat to look at just from a thought process, right? Because Ben Johnson, going from 2023 to 2024, right? He was supposed to be the Redskins head coach. He had a loud voice in what was compiled in 2024, in my opinion.
It's Aaron Glenn. Like, the Lions has nothing to do with what Ben Johnson's going to do. And Ben Johnson is heavily relying on Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen is running this defense. Johnson is the head coach. But this is Dennis Allen's defense. Like, so if you want to compare New Orleans, that's completely fair. 5 is fair. I don't think Daniel Hardy is a defensive end. I don't think they would ever let him be in a pinch, be a starter or even a rotational defensive end. He's a special teams like God. I think he's amazing at special teams, but he's not going to ever. You're going to see like very, very few reps of Daniel Hardy at defensive end. They could pick someone up. Like Zadarius Smith is not going to happen, but I would love for it to happen. But they could pick someone up. That's what I was going
to bring up. Zadarius Smith seems like one of the best options at this point, unfortunately. At least he's fresh, right? Like, he's not a part of anything. I'm assuming he's been working out, but not actually practicing.
Oh, it's documented. He's working out hard. Like, he is so ready for a team to sign him. Like, there's documentation of how
but again, you can get physically in shape, but football shape is so much different. And that's not my logic. That's probably the logic, I believe, of Olin Kreutz. So I'll take his word on that.
So whatever we do, this is going to be my point. We're not trading for a defensive end. It's going to be a 1-year rental. Next year's salary cap, I'll do a salary cap video soon with the new 53-man roster. We'll see what happens with waivers tomorrow first before I do that. But whatever happens, it's not going to be a long-term. It's not going to be a long-term. We're already over the cap next year. If we do, we're going to have to restructure multiple contracts. Like, it would be. We've set this team up past 2026 to be super flexible to do whatever we want, to go on like our Super Bowl runs and sign big name players. But 2026, we are strapped to the cap, and we don't have any safeties signed next year. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do next year.
Who are the like obvious notable guys we can cut bait with going into 2027? Because you said that 2026 we're strapped, but 2027 we're not.
These contracts are built to be 2-3-year contracts. Like, all these, like even Dio we can cut with after 2026. Like, there's Tremaine Edmonds. Like, there's so many contracts that come to an end.
I know Edmonds and Swift are an out after this year. Dio, you're right. Dio had a quick 2-year out too.
Yeah. So it's built so that we're so flexible after 2026. Like, he can literally do whatever he wants after 2026. We can go sign the biggest names. We can freaking do anything after 2026. But for the next couple years, this is really like, we have so many young guys on this roster. 2025 and 2026 are really, we're almost like we're testing. And if it goes well and we make a Super Bowl run, great. But if not, we're developing guys. And then 2027 is when you can sign freaking anybody we want to and go for a run. And we'd have to be, extending Caleb at that point too. So you'd have to set some of that aside. But we go from 300 million next year to right now on our cap, it's like 180 in 2027. But only 24 people signed through 2027. So it's too far ahead to even look at those things with the cap. But
yeah, you need to get your experience with Caleb Williams in this system. Make sure that he's the guy. And that's why I'll go back to the Ryan Poles extension. I think it was the only option, in my opinion, because if Caleb Williams doesn't work out, everything is gone. Everyone and everything needs to be gone. So the 5-year extension, whatever it was, I don't care.
Dude, that's a freaking that's a nerve-wracking thought. Like, if Caleb doesn't work out.
Absolutely.
I can't go through it again with freaking Mitch and Justin. And then if it doesn't work out with Caleb, and I'm not saying, like, guys, we're not alluding to that. It's just, it's worth talking about that he's not proven yet. And everything points to signs of him working out, like hopefully, but if it doesn't, you know how much I'm going to go into a deep, dark hole if Caleb doesn't work out. I'll feel like a Browns fan is what I'll feel like. Like, that's what it will feel like. They drafted Baker and he didn't work out.
You have no idea what it feels like to be a Browns fan, because you had a quarterback. You solved your quarterback curse after so long. You traded him away for the massage parlor master, and now that savior you originally had, Baker Mayfield, is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. If Caleb Williams goes to the AFC and becomes a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, I'm done.
What if Justin Fields becomes a top 5 quarterback in the AFL this year?
Justin
AFC
Fields
this year
has a higher chance of becoming a top 5 running back. That cat's done for. That cat's done for, man. And God bless him.
Hypothetically, what if Justin Fields absolutely balls out this year and he goes for 4,000 yards passing and 700 yards rushing, and he takes them to the AFC Championship game?
Hell would have frozen over. That's what.
Okay, but if it happens, how do you
come
feel?
on.
If it happens, go down the hypothetical hole. If it happens, then what?
I'm gonna start here. We're talking about Ohio State scum. We're talking about Ohio State scum. I got a picture for you.
Oh, you just hate him because he's Ohio State.
I mean, no. I hated the pick in the moment because of that. I did support him, and I have documents to prove. Tyson Bagent. I need to change my little picture here on StreamYard to the Tyson Bagent pick. I mean, look at this. You got to put this on the screen.
I'm not going to keep going back to this. This is the last time I'm going to say it. I have an inside source. We did not want to trade up for Henderson. I know that's what's reported.
Logic doesn't align. Smoke screen.
People assume things. It's not
Logic.
true. Like, we wanted to trade up one spot with a 7th round pick to get Luther Burden.
If you're gonna be spitting all this poop, I mean, let's get some toilet paper on the screen.
Sharman. Is this
unbelievable?
You hate Ohio State so freaking bad.
Yeah, it's facts.
It's facts. Next year, we should draft a running back. All right, here's my quabble with the linebackers. You ready?
Sure.
I'm fine with actually Tremaine Edmonds now. I was worried. I'm actually fine after seeing him in the preseason. I think Dennis Allen's coverage schemes are a lot better for him. I think it's going to be fine.
Have we seen him much in the preseason?
Very little. First game, it's fine. It's fine.
Do you know what it is with?
Carl?
Do you know what it is with Tremaine Edmonds? I've cracked the code on Tremaine Edmonds. He's such an elite physical specimen that when everyone doesn't know what they're doing on the first couple weeks of camp, he comes out and looks fantastic, right? Then he gets the pick against Josh Allen, shows it on Hard Knocks. Everyone's like, oh man, Tremaine Edmonds is back. But I think he's already hitting that cap. And as the season goes on and on and on, he's going to start to falter. I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
I think his versatility is going to be a lot better in Dennis Allen's scheme. I think
Yeah,
he's
but
going to be his athleticism is going to show off a lot more here. The only thing I don't like about our
range really tended itself to Eberflus's scheme, though.
I don't like that we kept both Hippolyte and Noah Sewell. They're the exact same player. They both
the exact
hit
same
the
player.
holes
I
hard.
disagree with that.
They're the exact same player because they can both hit the holes. They can read the defensive scheme for the run game. They can both hit a hole and stop the run game. Neither of them can cover. Neither one of them can cover.
Right.
Not even a lick.
The thing with Noah Sewell that I think is very alarming is that he was a projected like day 1 pick as a defensive end. So just
Noah
from
Sewell?
that, just from that alone, like he was like a Luther Burden situation where like after his freshman or sophomore year, he was projected to be a day 1 pick because of just how good he was in his short stint as a youngin'. But then he got injured and was forced to transition to linebacker, and he's just kind of been middle of the road. So again, he's essentially the Jack Sanborn replacement, even though they were both on the roster last year. I just view Hippolyte as more of sideline to sideline. He's got the speed. I don't know about the coverage. It probably sucks too, but he's going to start again. He's going to be one of those guys, your special teams demon. Like, again, 4th round pick. It's not looking good initially, but whatever.
Isn't that what Ruben Hippolyte is too, though?
No, that's exactly who I was just describing was Ruben Hippolyte.
So,
Noah Sewell is
Sewell
a special teams guy too, but I do think that they expect Sewell to step in. If they ever have a Sam on the field, I think it's going to be Noah Sewell.
Anytime it's a 3rd down and short or a 4th down and when it's a designated run, you know it's going to be a run. One of those two will be in, but they're the same player. Like you can depend on them to help hit a hole and to read the defense and stop plug holes. Like that's what they're good at, but neither of them can cover. And that's what frustrates me about that whole pick with Hippolyte and Sewell.
I think Hippolyte has the chance to be able to learn it, though. I don't think Noah Sewell, the former standout defensive end, has a rat's
he can't cover.
No, period.
So,
I agree with that.
So if you're looking at special teams, I guess it's good that we kept both of them because they can both be super valuable on special teams. But Karl Jones Jr. is a decent backup middle linebacker. I think he is the
Ogbongbemiga placeholder, and I'm pretty sure Ogbongbemiga was put on IR, designated to return.
He is. That's why that's the big red box with the IR in the middle of it.
Yeah. So him and Homer. I don't know who
they changed their whole scheme. So Chad Spieger asked, "Does Luther Burden lost his quarterback?" No, it was the same quarterback, but they changed head coach and their entire scheme. Like the whole thing changed. And Luther Burden was significantly different, and it was a shit show in Missouri, is what it was. Like it was terrible. So
and he still had like the highlight reel films. Like when I was just doing the brief lookovers of the stuff, the 1920 football drive, like he still stood out, man. Like he's a special player. I think that the Panthers are going to be very, very sorry that they passed on a Steve Smith senior regen for, Tatoria McDonald, whatever the silly guy's name is. So.
McMillan. All right, so to our last little point here, to the defensive backs, we're going to go to this screen and then to the next one. You got Kyle. We already talked about this: Kyler Gordon, Josh Blackwell, Nick McLeod. But then you got Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Nashawn Wright. We've already talked about them, but do you think we pick someone up on waivers? We can't be comfortable with Nashawn Wright and Nick McLeod, right? Like we can't be comfortable with that.
That's the weak spot is your outside cornerback. If there's a prolonged injury to Jalen Johnson or Tyreek Stevenson, you might be able to supplement that with kicking Kyler Gordon outside and bringing Josh Blackwell into the slot, but you don't want to do that. And I do think that if Nashawn Wright or Nick McLeod are asked to play serious elongated snaps for the Chicago Bears in 2025, we could be looking at a really rough road and really bad time. To be blunt.
I agree. What do you think about Jonathan Owens staying on the team? He was obviously someone
Jonathan Biles getting a free ride because of his wife sure is something. I really would have liked to see. I don't know if I'd rather have Alex Cook. I definitely think I would have preferred Tysheem Johnson out of Oregon. I think he would have been
I just don't think there was a great option to replace him. That was the problem.
There wasn't.
He can peanut punch.
There wasn't.
He can peanut punch. He can hit hard. Like he tackles. Jonathan Owens but he can't. Same thing. He can't cover for anything. So that's the frustration with. And I wouldn't be shocked if we picked up a safety and replace him still too. There's still
the only name regarding that I've seen on Twitter that came circulating around. I think the guy's name is, oh my God, Tony Jefferson, some PFF demon from the Chargers. He just got placed on waivers, so or cut, whatever the case is.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with waivers tomorrow.
Oh no! I feel embarrassed bringing this up, and I don't know if you want to give this source any daylight. Are you familiar with Ricky Scoops?
No.
The dog? I would say he's fringe credible. And someone like he brought this video up from who's one of the crazy guys from NBC? Not the former quarterback, but the other guy.
His name's Karl.
Oh, sure. Let's leave it right there then. Let's just say if a certain someone goes to a certain team in Wisconsin, don't let me be the first person to tell you that.
Who are you? Just say it. Freaking Karl. Quit playing in codes. Quit. Don't rage.
According to Ricky Scoops, the guy who I shouldn't be giving daylight to on Twitter, he says the Packers have a trade on the table with the Cowboys for Micah Parsons with a new contract worth $45 million per year.
That's not credible.
Okay. I'll stick my neck out for you on this one. We shall see.
Let's go Ricky Scoops it up. I don't even follow Ricky Scoops. Isn't that the one that has like the peanut dog or something?
It's close, yeah. Whoa, what is that? What is that emoji here?
That's people. That's not me. That's not me. Here, do you want to pull it up on yours? Because I don't know what we're gonna find here. If I go through Ricky Scoops.
Oh man, I just saw. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say there's a certain beat reporter from the 49ers that you guys have to follow as well. I'll get his name out. But here you go. I mean,
zoom in on that so you can see it.
70,000 views. If you look at his timeline, I mean, he's called things like Amari.
But hasn't he called some things really wrong too, though?
I think it was related to like a Steelers wide receiver or something. He got really aggressive. He said like this will happen, and then he got wrong. He had to close the YouTube or the Twitter account, and then he came back months later and has been on a heater. So
I don't like if this happens, but I do like the Packers going into salary cap hell. Like they will be in trouble if this.
So what does this offer look like though? Is it only draft compensation? Because this no. Oh, I don't know if someone said it happened a week ago.
Well, there was a rumor that they offered 2 firsts, a second, and a fifth or something a week ago for Micah Parsons.
I think that the Packers would have to send a talented defensive player back, is what my understanding was. Is Lucas Van Ness good enough in that situation? I don't think so, but
interesting.
It is. It is for sure.
All right, Karl. Final thoughts. We're over an hour here. Final thoughts on cut down day. First initial cut down day, because it's not over. Like something will happen tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Whether it's a defensive end, a running back. There isn't a name on here that I'm destroyed and heartbroken that they got rid of. But
there's guys that I liked as preseason standouts, but nobody that was going to be like a Jade A Walker was the only one that you felt like could turn into something special. Power Eccles would have been fun.
If he wasn't here, I wouldn't be here with
you. I liked Power Eccles. I liked Luke Elkin for the idea of him snapping to Torrey Taylor, but who cares about our long snapper? Which one's the long snapper? Nobody really cares at the end of the day if Scott Daly or Luke Elkin do that. Who's the other one they got? Ian Wheeler. I was kind of upset that Ian Wheeler got cut.
The thing here, like, I'm kind of getting to the point where I think Monangai and or Roschon Johnson, specifically Roschon Johnson, they could be spending serious time on IR. Probably not Monangai. I'm sorry, yeah, Monangai.
We need a big running back. Like we need an Audric estimate. We need a freaking. Who did we just cut?
Britton Brown.
No,
Royce
Britton
Freeman.
Brown's not as Royce Freeman. We need a Royce Freeman, and we just cut Royce Freeman.
Yeah, these guys might be coming back tomorrow, man.
Royce Freeman's a big back. We need a big power back is what we need, and we don't really have one.
I would say give it to the young guns. I do like the idea of Damian Martinez. I do.
Damian Martinez, isn't he like 230 or 240 pounds? Like, isn't he?
I don't think he's just a little guy. Maybe he's not the power back you're envisioning.
He's big.
You're saying he is?
No, he's big. He's like 230 or 240 pounds. I'm going to look it up real quick. Damian.
You'd have to compare that for me. Compare that to like Royce Freeman?
Damian Martinez is 6 foot, 232 pounds, dude.
Okay.
Big back. So maybe how big is Audric Estime, though? Isn't he just like right around 200 pounds? Audric Estime. 227. He's a big back too. 5'11", 227. They're both. I'm good with us picking up either one of them, honestly. Damian Martinez, I was surprised he fell to the 7th round. Like, that was interesting to me.
Yeah, and Restrepo just got waived today. Like, that Miami team, they didn't like they were a better collective than individuals, I guess, according to NFL eyes. I've dubbed Xavier Restrepo as the Hispanic Adam Thielen. I think that cat deserves a spot on an NFL roster, and I'm shocked that he's not on the Titans.
He didn't even play in the preseason. What happened with him?
I have no idea.
Oh no, sorry, I have it on defense, not on offense. My bad. Receiving, yeah, he did. He played all 3 games, and he didn't look terrible. Like, I can try to pull this up real quick.
Titans gonna tighten. The boys in the chat are talking about Josh Simmons as well. I think that's something we should touch on.
Tell me what's going on with Josh Simmons. I don't even know if I'm up to date on that.
Well, he literally erased Deo Odengbo. We could start there.
Why is this being weird?
Josh Simmons, the injured left tackle, serious knee injury coming out of Ohio State.
Right. So here's Xavier Restrepo first. And you look at him in preseason this year as a rookie, I don't see anything that's alarming there. Like,
Skeletor, what do you mean that you're pissed that they kept Homer? Homer is on the IR designated to return. I don't know how many you can have on that list, but
as many as you want.
Homer's fine for that.
19 receptions on 20 passes to him.
Yes, we definitely have operating cap to pick up a UDFA or a waiver wire running back squeegee without a shadow of a doubt. What the heck?
This doesn't make sense with Restrepo. Are they that loaded at wide receiver that they cut him when he's... That's interesting to me.
I mean, I did a mock draft, and I had Xavier Restrepo going at like the end of the 2nd round to the Texans. So, joke's on me. I'm not good at this stuff. Whatever. But man, the cat can play football. I just hope he gets a chance, and I'm shocked that he's not getting his chance with his college quarterback. Makes no sense.
So Cliff Victoria just hit what I explained earlier. You can put as many people on the IR as you want to, but when it comes to their IR stint, you either have to cut them or bring them back to the active roster. You can only do it 8 times in the season. You can do it 2 additional times if you make the playoffs. So you can bring 10 total people back if you make the playoffs. So that's the only downfall. But
so
you can put as many
what
people
is
on
the reserve/injured list? Is that done for the year?
It's the same. It's the same thing. They're all the same.
No,
thing.
It's different. There's a difference between reserve/injured and injured with a designated to return. There's a clear difference.
All they're saying designated to return is all they're doing is they're preemptively saying this guy's going to come back. Like, that doesn't. There's no difference. It's just they're both IR, but one of them they're just saying,
"Hey, we had that last year."
For this guy
I
to come
remember.
Back.
I don't know who it was for, but we definitely had that.
Terrell Smith will not have to be one of our 8 that we bring back because he's out for the year. Like, he's
That's
done.
why he's on reserve/injured. The same list that includes Deion Hankins and
same,
Sean Wade.
They're the same thing.
They're different. It's not the same.
So here's our 5 RI guys. There's Amen Ogbongbemiga, Travis Homer, Terrell Smith, Deion Hankins, and Sean Wade. Zoff Frazier, Zay Frazier is NFI. But yeah, you whether you bring them back is up to you. Like, you can either cut them or you can bring them back. I don't know if Sean Wade, Deion Hankins will get, brought back. They might just cut them at the end of their IR stint. Travis Homer, who knows?
I can read off what AI says. Reserve/injured, or just plainly injured reserve, means a player is out for a minimum of 4 games and does not count against the active roster. To differentiate, injured reserve without a designated to return status means the player is out for the entire season. In contrast, Designated
Wait, so
to
say
return
that
is
again?
a special status for players on injured reserve, allowing them to practice after 4 games and be activated for the 53-man roster with a 21-day window. So in short,
So if they don't have
Sean
a
Wade,
designation to
Deion
return,
Hankins, and Terrell Smith are done for the year. It's already been determined.
I don't know if
If they don't have a DIR, they can't return.
I don't know if I agree with your interpretation of that, but
It's not. I just
AI.
read it. I know it's AI.
right,
but-
you read an AI. Good job. Like, but
Now hold
I
on,
don't
hold
know
on,
if
hold
Deion
on. Are
Hankins
you
is done for the
questioning
year.
Google's credibility while we're streaming to Google-owned YouTube? Got it.
Yes,
Got it.
I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Oh no, the stream is unavailable. Adam, where did you go? The stream is offline.
Karl, always a pleasure with you. All right.
Gotta spice it up.
All right, Karl. We did it. We finally did a live again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, all of you guys. Anybody got any last second questions? Levante says, I'm questioning Google's credibility.
As you should. Man, I was thinking about making a really aggressive CCP related video for BCP, but I don't know if the channel would survive that video, Cliff.
You'll get shut down.
Well, I've got this really funny picture of like it's like a yen or something, and it's like plus 15 yen, and it says plus social credit. I was gonna put Cliff's face on that, but can I borrow some money?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Sorry. Karl.
I don't know how clear this video is. This is a genuine thought of mine as well. If you want to play it, it's clean. It's funny.
Oh, you got a video down here. Let's go.
Level at the quarterback position, I want to talk about that goddamn Luther Burden. That goddamn Luther Burden, boy, look good, boy. That goddamn rookie at receiver, bruh. Luther, I've never met you before, but you look good tonight. Obviously, in the preseason, people say, "Oh, it's preseason."
Cut it. I cut it. I don't want you to get flagged by a nightcap, but that's the vibe. That's the vibe right there.
All right.
That
Updates coming.
Luther Burden.
Tomorrow there will be updates. There will be some changes happening. I expect at the running back position. I'm hoping at the cornerback position, and I'm hoping that something happens with Braxton Jones getting traded.
Does your channel know that you'll be at the Bears game against the Vikings on Monday Night Football?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I've mentioned it a couple times.
What are you going to be
Who's
looking
tailgating
for on that game?
What's gonna be hopping like that day? Like we got to get down there early and do something. Karl's not going. He pansied out.
Yeah, that's what I did. I pansied out. That's exactly what happened, actually. Exactly
I'll
what
be
happened.
there. I'll be there. My brother's coming. It'll be fun. We're gonna have a good time.
So you're in kind of like that 400 level, looking at that corner end zone. Can you imagine if you saw Jade A Walker's catch against the Chiefs, but in that scenario? Obviously, it wouldn't have been. Maybe it would, but I doubt it'd be Jade A Walker. But like, if you saw
At the
something
Rams-
like that,
At the Rams game last year, I had the perfect freaking spot for the DJ Moore at the back of the end zone catch. I actually recorded it.
And
I put it
that
on one of my
was-
videos.
talk about
That
thread the
was
needle
like-
on that one. Yeah.
That was fun. That was so
Yeah.
freaking. And I loved it. I was recording, and it was boom, and it happened. Like it was fun. From the 400 level, I don't believe like I'll get the same quality, but I'll have a great time at the game. It's going to be a good time.
You've
Monday
got like
Night
that
Football.
view of the corner of the end zone. So if you saw like Jade A Walker, like look, essentially you're behind him and looking at him catch that, that would be so good.
And then do what's that celebration called? That new dance where you look like you're floating.
Are you and Levante Rogers the same human? It's called the Juby Slide. And Adam, if you try and do the Juby Slide right now and not injure yourself, I will donate 15 CCP to
15 CCP?
yeah,
CCP
yen,
is a
whatever it
currency now.
Some social currency. Yeah, I'll donate some social currency to the Bear Down
You'll
Sports
donate
YouTube
50
channel.
You'll donate 50 Bitcoin to my YouTube channel. That's what you'll do.
15 Bitcoin. That's an astronomical amount of money, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like $1.7 million, dude.
Gentlemen, it is called the Juby Slide. If you want to see,
No, it's the Jade all day dance, dude. It's not the Juby slide. It's the Jade all day.
Oh boy. Oh man, JC1, I apologize. You're not familiar with my shenanigans from Bears Country Productions. I apologize for confusing you, JC1.
We're gonna cold close this thing.
I think that's the only.